there you can see the President coming up the red carpet. He's joined, of course, by Madam Speaker Baleka Mbete by his side, and the Chair of the NCOP as well, Thandi Modise, walking just behind there with the spouse of our President, Jacob Zuma. We saw two spouses arrive earlier as well that have already entered into the National Assembly that are going to be listening on to the President delivering his speech, and he's making his way to the top of the stairs. As soon as he reaches the top of the stairs, he will then, of course, stand there with the Deputy President of the country, and the national anthem of South Africa will be sung, as well as a flyover by the Air Force and the 21-gun salute, all to take place right now, just before. This is First Lady Mangema by his side, accompanying him to this 2016 State of the Nation address. Well, there you go. You saw the national anthem being sung. You saw the 21-gun salute and the National Guard standing in honor of our head of state. He has now made his way into the National Assembly, and of course he will be welcomed by the parliamentarians and other members and invited guests that are inside the National Assembly. And at exactly 7 o'clock that the President is now expected to deliver the State of the Nation address. Let's leave you with these visuals, and we will let the National Assembly begin.
sobandlululo baze kwasa amabhunde silasile phithizela ukuba niyekile bodemethi ngobe nikhulula ama-Afrika onke umdoni omile phezu kwenkandla phaye bawulabalabela unomfundo oqobo bethi kafundile yobaphikisa nyoze ngife ufundile okamsholozi ufundisiwe ungafakazi unina khulu maye ngwayempinda mshaye kuyefakaze ngisho gazi lakhe kwaba kwabheku inkosana kakhongolose abayibeka beyibangisa abakhulu inkosana abayibeka ngobuqhawe nangobuhlakani bayo abanye bebeko ngizabalaza kwawise sihlahla esikhulu esihlula ngisho sebethi basiphula chief of intelligence indaba eyiphikisa esikhundleni esiphezulu bethokazimaga sophinda akhomba ngophakathi babe mfela ubona ubuholi kabe ufundelwa ama-Afrika ubuholi busegazini kuwe msholozi obahole ekudingiselweni usaka phaye bakhothamela nanamhlanjena ama-Afrika okasekukhothamela ukhatana kavinga sihlangu anjengasothambilo indaba engizwe ngimncane kade ngamdala ngayibona ngamehlo ngiyibona enyakana ka-2005 bethokazimuka eqala iqala ekutholwa ngosopolitiki ephalamende amanye amacala etholwa zimantshi ezinkantolo ugedlehlekisa abanye bemkhumfula umazulazi ayithole nanamhlanjena ziyathakasa izizwe zonke uvula bevalile umgoqo bawuvale phakathi ephalamende bethi kayisophinde ibuse kamtholosi nanamhlanje iyangena kwaye kwajampa ngithozwe ngephepha isithole sikagqabhagqabha njengokwezakithi bozuma esibhekwe izizwe zonke sasiboyizelela amakhomanisi asiboyizelela ezekhosathu zonke zisibhekile sasiboyizelela sholozi ngeke ngiqede nqamalala.
There will now be an opportunity for silent prayer or meditation. Thank you. Please be seated.
Speaker, Honorable Speaker and Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, may I please get your attention?
No, Honorable Shibambu, I wouldn't like to give you attention at this point. Could you please take your seat?
I wanted some assurance because we want to know the rules that are constituting this House, if they are all applicable, because
Honorable Shibambu, please take your seat.
That these are not applicable. I'm going to be able to recognize me later.
Take your seat.
Are you going to recognize me later?
Honorable Shibambu, take your seat.
I will take my seat, but I'm going to come before the President comes so that we get clarity in terms of the rules that are going to be applicable in this House, because we must know what guys.
Honorable Shibambu, please take your seat. Honorable members, the President
but Speaker, can
has
we be
called
recognized,
this
please?
joint sitting
Honorable Speaker,
of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces
on a point of order, Honorable
in
Speaker.
terms of Section 84
Honorable Speaker, can you please recognize
of the
me on a point of
Constitution
order, because
of the Republic
point of order
of South
is part of
Africa,
the rules, and you can't
read
proceed like
with
that.
joint rules
Point of order is not part of the
7(1)(a)
rules. The rules are very
in order
important because
to deliver
they govern
the
this
State
House. All
of
of
the
us must be
Nation
governed
address.
by the rules, Speaker. Because without
This
the rules,
sitting,
we are going to have a problem.
Honorable Malema,
Can
please
I'm
take
rising
your
on a
seat,
point
Honorable
of privilege,
Malema.
Speaker.
Take your seat.
Can I rise on a point of privilege?
No, Honorable
Speaker?
Malema.
Are we not running
Allow
according
me to finish.
Please,
Allow me to finish, Honorable Malema.
I don't want to stand up when the President
Honorable
is there.
Malema, allow me to finish. This sitting is meant specifically for the purpose of affording the President an opportunity to deliver the State of the Nation address. On this occasion, no business other than the address by the President is entertained. We also wish to remind members that the debate on the address will take place on the 16th and 17th February, where members will have an opportunity to fully engage and debate the President's address. On the 18th February, the President will reply to the debate. The above is consistent with the message that the presiding officers conveyed to the whips of all political parties represented here. We trust that all political parties will ensure the smooth and orderly running of proceedings today. Honorable members, I request that points of order and questions of privilege be dealt with in the sittings of next week, unless they have a direct bearing on the current sitting. Honorable members, I now call...
Speaker, order. But you have proposed that we must not use point of order and what here. We are not
Honorable Shibambu.
You can't
Honorable Shibambu.
You don't have a power to decree.
We have the power of the chair.
You must allow us to decide.
We have the power of the chair.
Allow us to speak.
Honorable Shibambu.
The rule process here and we're saying no.
Honorable Shibambu. We have the power of the chair. That's the power that we are using.
The rule. Tell us the rule. Which rule? We must be governed by rules here, not by emotions. We must be told which rule gives you such powers to suspend the rule of the joint sitting. Speaker, my international award-winning speaker of non-violence, Martin Luther King recognized.
Honorable,
please take a point of order. You have made a proposal, Honorable Balekambete. You must put it to the House. You are saying that we must suspend certain rules today under certain conditions. My international award-winning Honorable Speaker of non-violence. Please help us, because you went to a press conference and threatened that you are going to undo the rules of Parliament. So we now realize you want to make a proposal. Allow us to engage that proposal,
today's sitting is convened to enable the President
but I want to respond to your proposal.
His State of the Nation address.
No problem. You are the one that introduced the point of
and
proposal.
We have told you that honorable members will have the opportunity next week to engage.
Then you should have proposed that next week. You should have made that proposal next week, not here.
Honorable
Since
member,
you have made it, let's engage the proposal.
Take your seat, Honorable Dozie.
But Honorable Speaker, we don't always have to go to the Constitutional Court for you to run the business of this House properly. We don't always have to do that. We don't always have to do that. We don't need to do that. You have demonstrated that the rules of this Parliament. You have demonstrated by allowing illegal commissions to take place in this Parliament.
Honorable member,
there's never a time where a sitting is going to go on in this Parliament and rules suspended. Please guide us. We need to run this House.
Honorable members, joint Rule 14G
You're saying that you can't answer questions, they must just listen.
Provides that if the presiding officer is of the opinion that a member is deliberately contravening a provision of the rules, or that a member is in contempt of or is disregarding the authority of the chair, or that a member's conduct is grossly disorderly, he or she may order the member to withdraw immediately from the chamber for the remainder of the sitting. And we would now like honorable members to cooperate because otherwise we are going to have to ask you to withdraw from the chamber.
Honorable Speaker, molao o fetsang go bua ka one a mo ntlong ye ka jeko ra o dirisa na, because o buile ka molomo wa gago mo medieng gore go na le melao ya mengwe e o tlo e suspendang. Ke efeng e re tshwantseng re dumalane le wena ka yone, ke efeng e re tshwantseng re ska dumalana ka yone le wena ka yone. Honorable Speaker, how we so recognizing
Honorable member, I have not recognized you. Honorable member, please take your seat.
Speaker, can you recognize me, please?
What are you rising on?
On a point of order, 43.
What is the point of order?
A point of order is that, Madam Speaker, on the press briefing that you had yesterday, you
That's not a point
you
of
want
order.
some clarity on that one, Speaker.
That's not a point of order, Honorable Member. And I am now not going to allow any more points of orders.
On a point of order,
Speaker.
I'm rising on 14C, Speaker, because it looks like you are using the same rules we are using. 14C.
What is the point of order?
The point of order, the Honorable Speaker, is that we want an assurance from you. We have no problem that these rules are going to apply today. And if we are going to go with the proposal we have made, then put it to the House. Because you cannot just come and announce that this is what is going to happen in a democratic parliament. So please put that proposal on the table and then let's discuss it. And if they need arise, you can't say because there is a rule here. We work according to the rules. Speaker, please.
Honorable Malemba, take your seat.
The honourable member, Mr. George, is saying that you must put to the House. I propose that this matter be put to the House whether we go on or not, and let us vote on it.
Honorable members, joint sittings are not for debates or taking of decisions. Joint sittings have one item, this particular one has one item. And Honorable Ndlozi, take your seat. And Honorable members, your conduct is now not only interfering with the ability of Parliament to conduct the business of today, but you are also disregarding the authority of the chair. If you do not take your seats and cooperate with the chair, we will have no other option but to ask you to leave. And I'm not recognizing you now. I am not allowing you to raise any more points. I now, honorable members.
Order, Chair. Madam Speaker.
Order, Chair. Chair.
Honorable Chief Whip.
Sorry, Madam Speaker, I'd raised my hand first.
You stood up, I raised my hand.
I didn't see it.
Madam Speaker,
his hand.
he stood up, I raised my hand. My point,
Honorable Chief Whip.
this is the same rule book that everybody is using on procedure on joint sittings. Rule 13(2). No vote or decision may be taken by or in a joint sitting. I move the same rule that everybody is using. So there is no such a thing, there's no rule applying on us voting or taking decision. The President must just address the House and then we debate next week.
I recognize Honorable Steenhuisen.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we have rules of Parliament to govern the sittings of this House. This joint sitting is no exception. And the rules are very important because they ensure that there's a proper free flow of debate in the House and that everybody has a right to have something to say. The point that needs to be made, however, Madam Speaker, is that if you expect us to abide by the rules, then you, Madam Speaker, must abide by the rules yourself. You have no right to unilaterally come to the House today and remove rules from the rule book. If you'd wanted to do that, the opportunity was on the 11th of November last year when the joint rules were reassessed. You did not choose to do that. You have no power, Madam Speaker, to come here and make rules up or remove rules that exist in this rule book on your own volition. So we want to abide by the rules, Madam Speaker, but you need to abide by the rules as well and set the example.
Honorable Steenhuisen. Honorable Mulder.
Honourable Speaker, I think we can proceed, and I don't think there should be a problem because the rules make provision for what we need to do. Rule 14U makes provision that points of order can be taken, but the point of order needs to deal with procedure. So I would suggest that we cannot just suspend a rule in this fashion. We cannot also take a decision on that. So if somebody should take a point of order in terms of Rule 14U, then you can rule from the chair that it does not deal with procedure and rule it out of order and the proceedings can continue. And that's the way that we should do it. We cannot suspend rules in the run today. Can we?
Speaker, you must withdraw that proposal. Please. Honorable Speaker, you are winning awards now. Just carry on like that. This type of conduct may compromise your chances of winning more international awards. Please. Now you are going to win a Sankara award once you withdraw that one. Please.
Can I just remind you what I said a few minutes ago? I said to you, what you were raising as so-called points of order had no direct bearing on this sitting. In other words, they were out of order, and that's what I was doing. I was ruling them out of order. And I really now, honorable members, am not going to allow you to continue disrupting us. And I'm going to ask that you either cooperate or you don't. And in that case, we will have to ask you to withdraw from the chamber.
Honorable Speaker, with due respect, we are not disrupting.
No, you are.
No, we are not.
Honorable Malema, I'm not allowing you anymore
when you say to
now.
us who must sit down, we sit down.
No, Honorable Malema. You have raised what you said were points of order, and I told you they had no bearing on this sitting. And I'm saying now, you take your seats and we proceed, or if you don't want to cooperate, you leave the chamber.
No, we're cooperating, Honorable Speaker. All we're asking is that these rules of a joint sitting must be reaffirmed by you that these are the rules which are going to govern.
Which is why I ruled your points of order out of order. And I'm saying we now are going to proceed.
Chairperson of the NCOP,
so
sit there.
You will now.
You are co-chairing. It's a joint sitting.
We will now ask you to leave the chamber, Honorable Malema. Because you consistently continue with various points of order, which are not points of order. They have no bearing on this sitting.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
I have not recognized you, Honorable Shibam.
Yeah, I'm asking for recognition. I'm aware I would have spoken if I had been recognized. I'm asking for recognition.
On what point?
On point 14C of the joint rules of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces. It says that this House may not be interrupted unless there is a point of order or point of privilege. May I please finish before you interrupt me? And we came to ask here that before we proceed, you had said from the chair there that you are going to unilaterally, alone, declare and decree that the rules have been suspended. and was saying to you that such is not procedural. All the sittings of the NCOP, of the NA, of joint sittings are governed by rules. So let us use the rules to govern the entire process without suspending any of those. Because if we continue in the manner you have proposed, we're going to make certain interventions and then you will criminalize us. Go call those thugs to come and assault us here, like we did in the previous sitting.
Honorable,
don't want such to happen.
Honorable Shivambu, I have been very patient with you and the members, the other members of the EFF. This joint sitting is governed under the rules, joint rules that were adopted in November 2015. And we are going to proceed on that basis. We're not going to allow you any more opportunity to continue disrupting us. And I now, Honorable Malema, prevail on you to give leadership to the EFF sitting in those benches to cooperate with this sitting, because we are going to continue with the joint sitting as convened today for the State of the Nation address.
May we
Honorable
assist may we assist
Honorable Gadi, Honorable Gadi, I am not recognizing you.
Only if you can just
I am not recognizing. I am not going to listen. I am not wanting to listen. And I'm not going to allow you to disrupt anymore. I am not going to allow you to disrupt anymore.
Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, take your seats. Members of the EFF, make up your minds whether you want to stay in the chamber
No,
or
we
you
want
want
to
to
stay
withdraw.
there.
No, but you want to disrupt.
No, you are threatening us. You are threatening us. You can't say we are disruptors. We are honorable members of the House.
Take your seat.
We are not disruptors.
What you are doing is not honorable.
You allow DA members to speak. You allow Tata IFP to speak. You allow EFF Plus to speak. But when it comes to us, we must not speak. Who are we?
Madam Speaker.
We belong to this house. Mama, please, ndiyacela, please.
Niyasilibazisa. That's what you are doing.
Libazisi, Mama.
Niyasilibazisa. Honorable Maimane.
Madam Speaker, I can't see where this thing is going. In fact, I think all of us agree that the EFF have accepted that we are going to operate on the joint rules. We cannot delay this thing. South Africans are waiting for their answers to be put forward. Can I ask that we proceed and get the State of the Nation on the go? Please.
That's the next guy that's running for president.
Your point of intervention is sustained, Honorable Maimane, and I now call on the Honorable the President to address the joint sitting.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, Speaker of the National Assembly, Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces,
Madam Speaker.
Deputy Speaker of
Madam, on a point of order, Madam
Deputy
Speaker.
Chairperson
On a point of order,
of the
Madam
NCOP, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa, former President Thabo Mbeki,
Madam Speaker, on a point of order.
Chief Justice Mogoeng.
I have already said that I will not take any further points of order.
Madam Speaker, may I rise on a point of order?
No, Honorable Likota, I appeal to you to take your seat, to allow the President to proceed to deliver the State of the Nation address.
Madam Speaker,
I prevail on you, Honorable Likota, to take your seat.
Madam Speaker, I'm raising. Madam Speaker, the Honorable President has already admitted before our nation in the Constitutional Court that he broke his oath of office. No, I must say this. He broke his oath of office. He broke his oath of office. He is no longer honorable. He is not
Honorable Likota. Honorable Likota. No, Honorable Likota, that's not a point of order.
We cannot listen to somebody who has broken his oath
is not a point of order, Honorable Likota.
Listen to him. He is no longer fit to lead our people.
Honorable Likota, will you leave the chamber?
Of order. Excuse me?
Will you leave the chamber?
If you are saying,
because that is not a point of order.
That's a point of order.
It's not.
His oath of office.
That is not a point of order. It has nothing to do with the proceedings of this sitting.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We will not listen to somebody.
So you are free to leave the chamber.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We cannot listen to somebody.
Honorable Likota.
He's saying he broke his oath.
Ni kombela ku vulavula nyana.
We note that all the members of COPE have left the House, and we now ask the President to proceed with the State of the Nation address.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and all esteemed members of the judiciary. The President of the Pan-African Parliament, Mr. Roger Gordo Dang, ministers and deputy ministers, premiers and speakers of provincial legislatures, chairperson of SALGA,